This is Devinder Kaur and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Enlightened Room. In the previous video, we had discussed about the various elements which various symbols which were used by Dalton for the elements, okay? So that we do not need to write the full name of the element, we would recognize it with the help of symbols. But what happened, those symbols were not that much appropriate for the elements because those were difficult to draw, difficult to remember, right? So what happened? After that, there was Berzelius, who was a Swedish chemist. He suggested that we should give scientific name and scientific symbol to the elements, okay? Just like this, but this was not all suggested by the Berzelius. Well, after his suggestion, an international committee was set up, and that committee was IUPAC, IUPAC. That means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. What they did? Well, they put up all the elements which were discovered until that time, and they named the elements according to their property, according to the according to the property like actinium because it is very radioactive, some according to the Latin name or Greek name or Roman name given to them, okay? Some element name, scientific element name were given before the name of the scientist, like Rutherfordium was discovered by Rutherford, okay? Like copper has came from the Latin cuprum, okay? So this was all with the help, all the elements were named scientifically depending on the various situations, various properties, etc. So as now, well, not just now, it has been decided by the IUPAC from a very long time. Some of the elements I am going to describe you, okay? Well, I have made two sections here, you all can see, right? In the first section, I have given an English name of the element and symbol. Well, that means these elements were based on the language of English, based on the English language, and this is how they were named previously and they are named now, okay? But these elements, you all can see, these elements, the name of these elements came from the Latin language which were then converted into English, but their symbol still are based on the Latin name of those elements, okay? So what does IUPAC suggested, what does IUPAC decided for the naming of the elements and symbols, like the scientific naming of the elements and symbols? Well, what they did, they took the first letter of every element name, okay? They have taken the first letter, as you can see, for the element name and the symbol. But what they did, well, you all can see A has came 3 to 4 times, B has came many times, C has came many times. We cannot name that symbol again and again for the different elements, right? So we would use another letter which would be written in the small letter or form, and the first letter would be written in capital or big letter form, so that it would be easy for us to recognize the symbol and their elements, okay? Now you all can see argon, arsenic and aluminium. These three start with A, right? But what they did, they have named argon, they have kept the symbol argon AR with the first two letters. But they cannot keep that AR again for the arsenic. What they did, they changed a little bit and gave a new symbol for another element, like another symbol for another element, and that is AS for arsenic. Then comes Al for aluminium. Now there are boron, barium and bromine. Now what does happen here? You all can see for boron it is B, for barium, and another letter has been added, okay? The second letter has been added, that is barium, and then comes bromine. For that, R has been added at the place of A to give its own recognition, okay? To give the recognition of element. Similarly, now comes carbon, calcium, chlorine, cobalt, chromium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements that are starting with C, my dear students. So carbon starts with C, okay? This one has been finalized. Now comes calcium. We cannot keep only C for calcium, that would be carbon. You all would be confused which one is carbon and which one is calcium. So for calcium, or you can say calcium, it is Ca. For chlorine, now it is Cl. For cobalt, it is Co. Remember, Ca for calcium and Co for cobalt. Okay. Then comes chromium. Chromium for not, it's not Ch for chromium. Many students get confused. It is Cr for chromium. Well, the reason I'm making this video, uploading this video, is that you all should know the difference between the symbols of their elements, and you all should know the reason why these symbols were kept, why these scientific names were kept. Okay. Now comes fluorine. Fluorine for F, I for iodine, Li for lithium. Now comes magnesium and manganese. These two, magnesium for Mg and manganese for Mn. Right? These one are the English name of the elements and their symbols. There are many more elements having English name and the symbols, but you know the periodic table is so huge, I cannot name all of them, but I took the main, which I found main elements here. Okay. Now there are some elements, as I told you before, that there are some elements which were taken from the Latin language. Like antimony, you all would have wondered why antimony is Sb, not from starting from A. Now the reason is because antimony is the English name of the element and the original name or the Latin name of the element is terbium. Its symbol is taken from its Latin name. Okay. Now all these 10 elements have their symbols taken from the Latin name, but they are named according to the IUPAC, according to the scientific name, are being kept according to the English name of these elements. Okay. Similarly, copper is from cuprum, that is Cu. Co is cobalt. Apologies for that. Then comes gold. Well, you all would have wondered, in Dalton's atomic theory, gold was a circle and at the middle there was a big G and 12 lines were surrounding it. If you have watched my video, you would get it. Okay, you can also Google it. Well, gold has the Latin name aurum. From aurum, it is Au, the symbol. Okay. Then comes iron. Well, again, I always wondered why iron has the symbol of Fa, but when I studied it, it came out to me that ferrum is its Latin name from which its symbol has been kept. Then comes lead. Lead has Pb because its Latin name is plumbum. Mercury has its symbol Hg because of its Latin name hycrum. Okay. Then comes potassium. Potassium has its original name, its Latin name, and that is kalium, and that's why its symbol is just K. Then comes silver. Well, just like gold, silver, the symbol of silver again also starts with A because its Latin name is argentum. Okay. Then comes sodium. Sodium has symbol Na. Well, I learned it from Sona. Okay, because I was not able to remember the symbol of sodium, why, as it starts from sodium but it has symbol of Na. So I took the first word from here and the symbol Sona so that I would be able to recognize it, I would be able to remember it. But its Latin name is natrium, which I found much later when I was studying. Okay. Then comes tin. Tin is the English name of who has the Latin name stannum, and that's why its symbol is Sn. Okay. Now one more important thing you should know, and I learned very soon during my studies, and that is in the periodic table all the letters of English has been used, A to Z, but there are 1 or 2 letters which were not used. Now think about it, which those would be. Okay, either it's J or it's Z. You all would answer my question in the comment box, and for more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much.